Hola y buenos días. Hola y buenos dias. Today, brand new pod. I wanted to talk to you guys about your vocab, which is starting to learn about la familia, your family. So I have some words that are dealing with family, and then I also have some words for otras personas, which are other people. So these are words that you're going to be using throughout the pod and from here on out. So our objectives are to be able to speak and write and communicate our vocabulary. We want to understand, comprehend simple spoken and written sentences in dialogues and short paragraphs. So we will be incorporating these into other longer sentences and grammatical structures. And then we also want to respond to simple questions and interpret simple messages on a national level. So we're trying to speak to people through all different parts of the country. So here is a very basic picture of la familia. Okay. The members or miembros de la familia are here drawn out very, very poorly. We've got a father, which you can call el padre, which is very formal, or you can call him el papá, which is not to be confused with papa, which is a potato. The accent on the end of the word makes a big difference. Then you have a mother, which is la madre, which is the very formal mother, or la mamá, which is like mom. The word for a baby is bebé, but if it's a boy, you'll say el bebé. If it's a girl, you'll say la bebé. The word for your uncle is el tío. The word for your aunt is la tía. Notice the endings match in gender. O is for boys, A is for girls. Same thing when you talk about your brothers and your sisters. You've got la hermana for a female, it's your sister, and then el hermano for masculine, brother. Over on the right at the bottom, you've got los primos, those are your cousins. So a male cousin would be el primo, a female cousin would be la prima. And then finally at the very right hand side at the bottom, you've got a husband and wife. You've got el esposo for the male and la esposa for the female. You might also hear some people call them la mujer, the woman, referred to as the female spouse, and the husband is el marido, M-A-R-I-D-O, as the husband. Let's take a look at our next slide. Here's a few additional words. You've got your abuelo, which is your grandfather, abuela, which is your grandmother, and remember you can use the articles in front of them, el and la for the, and then the grandchildren, nieto for a grandson, nieta for a granddaughter. On the right, I have a picture of two adults holding hands with their nieces and nephews. So on the right, you've got a little boy, or I'm sorry, on the left, you've got a little boy who's a sobrino, a nephew, and on the right, you've got sobrina, which is a little girl, a niece. These are some additional words that you might find dealing with family. Your grandparents are abuelos. Your great-grandparents, you just put the word bis in front of grandmother or grandfather. That makes it great. If you're twins, you're called gemelos. Notice how you can do a masculine and a feminine form of these. Stepbrothers and stepsisters, you've got el hermanastro, la hermanastra. A stepson or a stepdaughter, you've got hijastro, hijastra. And the word that makes sense because the word for child is hijo and hija. A stepmother is la madrastra. You've got a half-brother. The word for half in Spanish is medio or media. And if it's a boy, a half-brother, it's el medio hermano. And if it's a girl, half-sister, la media hermana. Your stepfather would be el padrastro. Your parents together are called padres. Your relatives, this is a false cognate. This one looks like the word parents, but it actually means relatives. It's los parientes. Then you've got in-laws. So it's like, this would be the brother of, the husband of my sister would be my brother-in-law, cuñado. Or the sister, the wife of my brother would be my sister-in-law, is cuñada. You've got a daughter-in-law is a nuera, and then a father-in-law and a mother-in-law, suegro, suegra, and finally a son-in-law is a yerno. So these are all family terms that we'll be practicing with. And then we have a few other people. Some of these you may have seen before, some of them might be new. Friends, we've heard before, I think. Amigo, amiga, for a female or a male than a female friend. The next one is a word just for in general, for reference. Your last name is called your apellido. The word for just people is gente. And I want you to notice how, just like in English, the word people, it sounds like a singular word, but it includes many people, like a group. Same thing with the Spanish, gente. Even though your article is singular, it talks about many people. A boy or a girl, muchacho, muchacha. This is, think about young adults or teenagers are muchachos and muchachas. Niño, niña, that's for a younger child. A novio or novia, boyfriend, girlfriend. And then finally, a person is called a persona. So these are the words that we'll be using. Get some good practice and pronunciation, and we'll be speaking these words in some of your assignments.